Ever get stuck behind a John Deere? There's one right now. I don't think I'm really stuck behind them, and he's trailering that, but I've actually got stuck behind a John Deere tractor, if you can believe that. Yeah, like out here where I live, man, people drive their like John Deeres to like the grocery store. It's wild. I know they're not like going down the roads like this, but we're on the back roads. It's like silly funny when you see all these like John Deere tractors and see a couple families on there. I'm like, country living at its best. Hello friends, my name is Colin. I hope everybody's doing well today. What a beautiful day for a ride, man. It's like mid-80s today, hardly any humidity. I mean, I'm loving it because usually like when you live in Maryland, like the humidity is like oppressive, especially like in June, July, August, mainly in August, but it's nasty. But today I can't complain at all. So look at that John Deere. It looks like it's seen better days though. That seat's a little rough over there. So I actually just left my local dealer, which is All American Harley Davidson. And one thing about this bike, and I actually went in there to pick up something, but it was pretty cool. I was talking to a young lady that works in service there, and her name's Jordan. She's awesome. She's like, yeah, let me look at your bike real quick. And then they ended up checking and found out that I needed a couple updates. So like ECM updates, stuff like that. And now one thing about this bike that you probably don't get on other bikes or other Harleys, mainly probably like the Sportster S or the new models that have a lot more electronics, you have a lot more updates. So like it seems like it's average every 2 months, maybe 6 to 8 weeks, we're getting updates. Now some of them are to fix, some problems that they've had, like in the beginning with like the clock not syncing up and a couple other things with like temperature control. They had to figure out like the battery, but all those got fixed through software updates. It took about 15-20 minutes in and out. And that's what I love, man. You just get it, and I wish we could do that from home, man. Wouldn't that be cool? Like, can you update your GoPro? It's like all Wi-Fi. I can just like put it in my garage and it updates automatically. That would be badass, but fortunately I can't do that. But still, nonetheless, a great experience. Now, one thing I wanted to get your guys' take on this. So, are you seeing, and all the dealers, are you seeing like a huge impact with a number of new bikes? That because of the supply chain woes, right? I think we all know Harley recently shut down their factory. I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks they shut it down in York because they didn't have parts to finish the bikes. So from a cost standpoint, they ended up shutting it down, and I think they're back in business now. They're back up and running. But that has a ripple effect. And we didn't see this as much, at least in my dealer in February and March. With the sales, the sales were pretty good there, but then since the last couple months, it's kind of taken a nosedive a little bit, and it's not their fault. It's not necessarily their fault because they're trying to order the bikes, but they're just not coming to the dealers. So I wanted to find out from you guys if you're seeing that. I mean, on average, these guys sell a lot of bikes here. They're a very popular dealership, but they didn't have a lot of new bikes today. I'd say there might have been 6 or 7, if that, and they weren't your popular models. Well, popular being like they weren't your street glides or your road glides. They can't keep those in stock, so as soon as some come in, these things are already pre-sold. So it's not like you can walk into a dealer and walk around and try to, find something that's already on the showroom floor. A lot of these are already like pre-ordered, so before they even hit the floor, they're gone. And, from somebody that's buying a bike, this would suck right now. This would be like the worst time to try to buy a brand new bike to get a good selection. I know it's not just motorcycles too, guys. I've had the same experience with cars. We recently were looking at cars for my youngest daughter, and this was like 3 months ago. And I think there was maybe 2 on the lot. Everything else was used. And then they're charging that damn exorbitant fee, like that inflation fee or whatever you want to call it, thousands and thousands of dollars. My dealer doesn't do that, which is really cool, but the car dealers were. So talk to me, guys. Let me know. Let me know what you're seeing in your area. See if it's a difference in the last couple months with Harley shutting down, because I think it's going to take a while to get these dealers throughout the country back in stock, where people will be able to stop in and buy some 22s. I mean, I bet they're selling a lot of used bikes, but I'd love to see them getting replenishing their showrooms pretty quickly. All right, guys, so if you don't know this, I just started something recently where I do Harley trivia at the end of videos. So it's more for the end of the video, and it's something that I'm starting up. So here's the question for you guys today. So we talked about the stuff that's been going the last, couple of years due to the pandemic and the supply chain, but reverse a little bit, a couple more years before that. So let's say 2018, Harley Davidson spent $35 million doing this. What was it? There's your trivia question for today. Now get out there and ride. Be well, and I'll talk to you guys soon.